Hey everybody, good morning. Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. Quick update on Nicole. We'll make this one short and sweet because this is really about the next couple of hours. So if you look closely, you can see the circulation down over central parts of Georgia. This extending warm front is moving up into the Carolinas, and that's the leading edge of some really warm, humid air that's moving into the Carolinas. So you see the tornado watch, which is up right now. This tornado watch right here is up until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Might see it extended, depends on what happens. It's a pretty sharp cutoff, honestly, to where the risk for tornadoes will occur and where it won't. It's basically right along this line coming up through Greenville and Greenwood, South Carolina, back towards Augusta. I'm really watching that potential right there for any line that moves through later this afternoon is going to be this line when it rotates up into this area. In this area, we're seeing sunshine come out. It's kind of warm and muggy. In fact, dew points have surged up into the 70s in some locations. I'm going to turn the temperatures on first. We'll throw those on and just show you how much warmer it is out there. I'll put the large icons on. You can see we're well into the 70s. I'm going to throw the dew points on real quickly. You can see dew points are in the 70s. So we've got some instability here for this to move through. I'll show you another product. It's called significant tornado parameter. I show you this often. That's the pink area. So anywhere you see pink, that's where there's some ingredients in place for tornadic storms. So this line, which you see down here, I'm going to turn off the temperatures. Right here, this is the one we'll watch. This is going to be rotating up here. And with the sun out right now, there's a very narrow corridor where we're likely going to see the chance for at least an isolated tornado. So I'll go back here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn everything off, and we'll look at the future cast quickly as that line moves to the north and east. But it's this area in red. If you're under that tornado watch, remember, conditions are favorable in and around the tornado watch area for tornadoes to form. We've seen several warnings in this line from Danville down to Raleigh, all the way to Fayetteville and Wilmington. So eastern North Carolina, threat much higher than the western part of the state. But remember, too, we're also going to see heavy rain as these bands move in with the remnant low, which again, is going to be roughly doing this as we go through the afternoon. By 1 o'clock, it'll be in western North Carolina, and by tonight, it'll be up in there. But a big shield of rain spreading out. This front moving in from the west is helping a little bit as well, squeeze out moisture, and that's the front that kind of clears everything out. So let's look at the futurecast going into the next just 18 hours. Before we go right to the futurecast, I did want to show you the severe weather outlook just one more time. And you can see the sharp cutoff from around Charlotte east. So the area in orange is really the area of concern. That's where the risk is medium for isolated tornadoes this afternoon. Until the main circulation passes and the winds shift to the southwest, that's when things will improve. So let's go look at that futurecast. All right, so here we go. Short range futurecast here. You can see this line, that's a little narrower over the Raleigh area. That's the one that's already passed. But you can see the next line, and that's the one really, to me, gets here around noon, maybe 1 o'clock. That's the one we'll have to watch. If we're going to see one last gasp of severe weather, maybe an isolated tornado, it's going to be in this line, which is right there trying to move through right around 1 to 2 o'clock. So once that's through, the wind should shift around to the southwest. And this stuff will be much better. It's just going to be rain. Still isolated tornado risk up towards Greensboro, Raleigh as that pushes east, and then it races off to the east. And you can see by tonight, really by 5 p.m., we'll keep an eye on these cells in eastern North Carolina. But once this batch right here, this line gets through, that's going to be the all clear for, hey, we're done. That's gone. No severe weather risk, and the drier, cooler air begins to filter back into the region. All right, so it's pretty straightforward today. We watch this low as it gets closer and closer. This last batch of moisture right here, really the last severe weather risk. That's the last severe weather risk. That's got to move through. And then the circulation here, that's just moisture. That's moving up in there. So that's going to take probably till early to mid-afternoon, but things will improve as we get into the afternoon. We can't give you the all clear yet because we still got the risk for an isolated tornado, especially east of I-77. Stay weather aware. Good news is we got through the first couple batches relatively unscathed. Still got one more wave to get through before we're all in the clear.